Okay. I don't know how I feel about putting this right here. I mean, I'll do it once I get a Sabres jersey or any jersey from a team that we're talking about. The next one's gonna be Philadelphia, to be honest. But I thought it would be cool if I could put a jersey right there and just put a name. I don't know. Jonathan Marchessault's just gonna start it off. Maybe we'll put Keller. Maybe we'll put Patrick. Someone else on the back. So yeah, today before the draft prospect video gets too far ahead in the series, let's review the Buffalo Sabres hockey cards. So the Sabres have about almost seven full pages. So they are a lofty team. I don't think they're as big as Boston, but they're pretty close. So Buffalo's going to take a while. Calgary's probably going to take a while as well, and then Carolina might only take maybe 10, 15 minutes because I don't have a lot of Hurricanes cards. So yeah, starting off, we have a team checklist. So a team checklist for 2018-19 O-Pee-Chee. And on the back, we got Ryan O'Reilly, Sam Reinhart, Ike Pozzo, Resmond Ristolainen, Jason Pominville, Marco Scandella, Benoit Pouliot, Evan Rodriguez, Zachary Gurgenson, Robin Leonard, Jack Eichel, and Chad Johnson. So that is a lot of players right there. So most of them aren't even on the team anymore. So there you go. Next up, for captains, we don't have too much captains, to be honest. We only have two, and the two that I have are going to surprise you. So for the number 2 card, for the first card, we have a Chris Drury in a 2008-2009 Authentic Hockey SP Authentic, and he's wearing a captaincy jersey. There you go. Very bad glare. Let's see if I can. I'm going to try to improve that a little bit. Here's how it looks on the back of Chris Drury. He's a clutch performer of the Sabres. Drury had more power play goals in 2005-2006 than previous 3 seasons combined. So Chris Drury is a very solid player. We'll do a career video with him at some point. Next up here, final captain, we have Stu Barnes. Now this might surprise a few people. I think maybe, Evan, you have Jack Eichel's captaincy, but I don't. I have his assistant captaincy. I don't have his captaincy. So there's the back right there, and now it's time to read. Despite the leadership he had demonstrated throughout his junior and pro career, Barnes never worn the C for any team at any level until the Sabres bestowed him of the honor in 2001. So there you go. That is Stu Barnes. As for assistant captains, we have 8. I'm pretty sure this is that we count here. It may be more. I apologize if it's more. But yeah. Next up here, so we have Ike Pozzo. Now for Ike Pozzo, I have 4 cards. So there you go. That's 4 cards for Ike Pozzo. Move this little batch of cards out of the way. I have to organize these at some point. Probably later tonight. Alright. So here we got 4 cards for Ike Pozzo. We have his main thing for the 2019-20 season. Oh, it says... Oh, wait, no. 2018-19 season, sorry. Don't have a lot of 2019-20 cards, unfortunately. So, yeah. That's his first card. Oh, forgot to read the back, so... Ike Pozzo chipped in a pair of goals for Buffalo's highest defensive output in 2017-18. A 7-4 road victory over the President's Trophy winning Predators on March 31st. So that's the first Ike Pozzo card. The next one, we don't have to read anything. There he is right there with the assistant captaincy. And then on the back here, he just entering his 3rd season with the Buffalo Sabres. After that, we have his Artifacts card, which is the same year as the past 3. Ike Pozzo tallied 3 straight multi-point games from January 9th to January 18th, 2018. Starting a season-high 3-point effort, all assists, he totaled a 2 goals, 5 assists, and 7 points, and 1 game-winning goal in that span. So there you go. That is Ike Pozzo for you. And then here's his 2015-16. And then the back here. Ike Pozzo notched his 2nd career hat trick and added an assist to match his career high 4 points with the Islanders' 8-1 rout of Edmonton on February 7th, 2016. So that is the only Ike Pozzo for you. Let me organize his cards back because I'm like that. After that here, you have Derrick Roy. So, Derrick Roy, however you want to say it. I have 3 cards for Derrick Roy, whatever. And the first one is the only one that he has with the assistant captaincy. Another 2008-2009, I think it's 2008-2009, 2009-2010 SP Authentic card wearing the Buffalo Slug jersey once again. I hate the glare. I absolutely just hate the glare. I have to kind of like lean out so I can get a good view of it. So after that, sorry, we'll just preview that card first. I don't even really know. All right, so there's Derrick Roy. Here's the back stats. Can't really read those, but there you go. After scoring just one game-winning goal in 2005-2006, Roy increased that to 3 and 4 over the next 2 seasons, then finished 6th in the league with 9 decisive tallies last season. So that's the first Derrick Roy card. After that, you have actually a signed one. It's very hard to tell it's signed. MVP Derrick Roy card. On the back, here's their assist. I feel like I'm saying it wrong. I think it's Derrick Roy. And now we read. A second-round pick by Buffalo in the 2001 NHL entry draft. Roy hit a pair of milestones during the 2008-2009 season, playing his 300th career game against Tampa Bay on December 10th and notching his 100th goal against San Jose on February 13th. That is the second card. And this one is a 2007-2008 preview card before he turned into the assistant captain. Roy upped his offensive output in 2006-2007, notching career highs across the board and helping Buffalo capture the President's Trophy. So there's Derrick Roy right there. That is another assistant captain out of the way. Next up now we have the man, the myth, the legend, Jack Eichel. MVP card. Unfortunately, this is the only card that I have of him, so I'm going to have to get some new ones at my local card shop once the reason why I'm doing these things is lifted. So, next up here we have Mike Ramsey. He was a member of the U.S. Olympic team in 1980, so he's a big part. And we start off with a old card of him, and the back is English, not French. So there you go. Now entering his 13th season with the Sabres, Mike Ramsey had the team's first selection in the 1979 entry draft. A member of the U.S. Olympic team that captured the gold medal at Lake Placid in 1980, Ramsey had skated 4 All-Star games and had a career-high 9 goals in 1983-84, tied for the team lead in plus-minus with 1990-1991 with a plus 14. So that is Mike Ramsey for you right there. After that, you have this one right here, and this one's quite a lofty one. Scorecard, he has the assistant captaincy once again. There's his back stats. And now it's time to read. Mike continued a solid defensive play in 1989-1980, his 10th full season in the NHL. He had the highest point total in 3 seasons and led the Sabres to a plus 21 rating. Mike has played in 4 All-Star games and he won the Punch Imlach Memorial Award as 1987-1988, his leadership and dedication to hockey. So that's the second Mike Ramsey card. So that you got his third and final one. This is the Sporting News one. On the back, got a very cool back look into it. One of the very good technical defensemen in the game, the veteran who has played on the 1980 goal-winning Olympic team. His wisdom comes from the plight in the Buffalo defense, hard worker, and practice and intense competitor. He might be a coaching material someday. I don't know where Mike Ramsey's at right now, so you're gonna see a lot of players like that. We're gonna get a lot of players from the U.S. Olympic team as we move along. I know there's quite a few on the North Stars, so that'll be interesting. After that, we got another MVP. Ryan O'Reilly card is running the assistant captaincy, so of course I have to add that in. Here's his back stats. Got nothing to read. That's unfortunately the only card that I have with him in his tenure with Buffalo. Then after that, I got 2 Dave Undertook cards. So one of them is him with the assistant captaincy. Turn that around. It's gold platinum. Platinum performer, not gold platinum. Undertook doesn't do anything fancy, but his size, 6'3", 220 pounds, and soft hands are good advantage to combat zones in front of the net. The left wing doesn't well under pressure and will score goals on the second and third line efforts while being checked. That's the first card for Dave Undertook. And there's a second card. So, Dave reached a 40-goal mark for the first time in NHL career in 1989-1990, tying Pierre Turgeon for the team lead. Dave Riddick is not on the Buffalo Sabres. I'll tell you that. David makes it David makes it a little easier on Pierre, said Sabres head coach Rick Dudley, because David is so strong on the puck. You've got to be aware of him out there. The two of them obviously play well together. Dave was second to Pierre in scoring. Dave scored a goal in the 1990 All-Star game in Pittsburgh and led the Sabres in scoring during the playoffs with 2 goals and 7 points in 6 games. He ranked third in the league with 10 first goals and paced the Sabres with 18 power play goals. So that's Dave Undertook for you. And that is it for the first page. So we start off the second page, and I think we might do 2 more pages, and then depending on where the video's at, if it's 30 minutes, I'm just going to end it, and then we'll do a part 2, just like we did for Boston. So after that, here we have Cody Hotchkins, so we don't have to read anything for him. He's the assistant captain. On the back here, as you can see, got the Canucks. He's played with the Canucks, and they got traded to the Sabres. Born February 18th, so not too long from now. So yeah, there's Cody Hotchkins, the only card I have for him. And lastly, for all the assistant captains, before we get into all the other players in this collection, we have Mike Foligno. So back of this card, and now we read once again. Mike would not have reached his 11th straight 20-goal season were if it's still for the broken thumb he suffered in February 1990. Still, he reached the 15-goal mark and ranked third on the club with plus 13 rating. He was named captain in midway through the 1988-1989 campaign, but before he knew it, the start of midway respectively turned to C into a new head coach Rick Dudley, who gave it right back. Mike leads by example, said Dudley, who chose to retain his aggressive winger. He's the Sabres' all-time leader in penalty minutes with 1,408. For Mike, who began his NHL career with Detroit, his biggest year was 1985-1986 when he tallied 80 points for the Sabres. That's Mark Foligno. Next up, we move on to a good player, and he was actually the coach for the Sabres before he got fired. He is Phil Housley. So Phil Housley here. There's the back of his card, and we'll take a look at his stats now. Phil traded to Winnipeg in June 1990. Enjoyed a banner season in 1989-1990. He was the NHL's 4th leading scorer among defensemen with 81 points. It was the highest total since he broke the league with the Sabres in 1982 as a freckled-faced teenager, as he was constant point producer throughout his career. He'd never been fewer than 60. He's never had fewer than 62 points in a season. Phil, an excellent rusher and a superb passer, plays hard but clean. He only had 32 minutes in penalties in 1989-1990. He was never honored for the All-Star team berth, but he has appeared in 3 All-Star games. He was a star quarterback for the high school leading in St. Paul, Minnesota. Sorry for hearing those texts behind you. I'm actually going to end off the recording right here and go into them now. Don't worry, the video's not over, but it's recording. Apologies about that. You just want to play Fortnite, but I was like, no, I'm making a video, and then you got super mad at me, so I had to deal with that. Alright, so next up here, we have 3 cards, Zegmas Gurgensons, and he's interesting to say the least. So we have his main card right now. I don't know if I'm not sure. No, it's Bogosian. That's not on the team anymore. So the Latvian-born forward was ranked 2nd among the Sabres with 1.34 hits in 2017-18, including a season-high tied 7-5-3 win at home over Toronto on March 5th. He also scored a goal. After that, we have his Opeachy card. Not really too much on the back. You can't really tell the stats. Oh my god, he's texting me again. Okay, he must be really angry at me because I can't play with him. Alright, so we have this 2015-16 card right here. And you look at the back, and now we read. Gurgenson, who was elected to start the 2015 NHL All-Star Game with a league high 1,574,876 votes, finished his second campaign with 3 shorthanded goals. That is a lot of votes. A lot. So that's Zegmas Gurgensons for you. I'm sorry it took like 2 clips to literally do that. But anyways, next up, we have Phillip Boucher. So there you go. You guys back here. So he's a Sabres rookie defenseman, scored four of his 6 goals on the power play. Phillip was a 2-time second All-Star selection of the QMJHL, and he's a Granby and Laval with Granby and Laval. So there you go. After that here, You have 2 cards for Sam Reinhardt. So there you go. You have his O-Pee-Chee card. And then you have the back of his card. That's his first card. And then you have his main card. You look on the back. Stats. So I read. Reinhardt bagged his second NHL hat trick and helped the Sabres with their highest defensive output in 2017-18 in the 7-4 win of the President's Trophy winning Predators on March 31st. So that is Sam Reinhardt for you. After that, you have Chris Creton for the Sabres. You got a nice little king poster right there. So Chris had 2 helpers in the Buffalo's 5-1 victory over Calgary on March 18, 2000. The second assist marked the 200th of his NHL career. Gratton served as captain of the Tampa Bay Lightning before being traded to the Sabres on March 9th, 2000. So there you go. Chris Creton. After that, you have Sabres rookie Patrick Caleta. This was in 2007-2008. So he's a grinder who equally loves to play physical game, and he does lighting as he does lighting the lamp. Caleta gives non-stop effort on the ice. His work ethic and has rewarded him when he had an assist in his first game on February 22nd, 2007. After that, now we have I think it's I'm not sure. Krupp. So you got 3 cards for Krupp right there. We're going to start off with this one. Right there. Look at his back. So there you go. A stay-at-home type of defenseman, Oos only scored 3 goals in 1989-1990, but his last one made the Sabres stalwart very popular with Islanders fans. He scored in overtime to beat the Penguins in their final game in that loss, combined with the Islanders' win over the Flyers, earned the Islanders a spot in the playoffs. Ooh finished his plus 15 rating, second to Mike Ramsey on the Sabres. Ooh was one of the West Germans playing professionally signed in North America. He received a clearance to play in the NHL from the International Ice Hockey Federation on October 26, 1986, and played his first NHL game just 2 hours later in Montreal. Oh, I almost dropped it. After that, you have another card of Krupp. You look at the back. It is all of his career stats versus every team. So the most points it looks like he has here is against the Bruins. He has 4 assists against the Bruins. Oh, wait, no, sorry. It's against the Hartford Whalers. He has 4 goals, 3 assists for 7 points. So that is some pretty lofty stats there. After that, you have the score version of Krupp. So there you go. You look at the back here. It says, is a huge defender who's developed into one of the league's top blue liners. He has hard, accurate shot and makes smart decisions on the ice. Is improved in each of his 5 NHL seasons 1991. He recorded career highs in every offensive category and was chosen to play in his first ever All-Star game. So there you go. That is Krupp for you. After that here, we turn to the 3rd page, and it might be the final one of this video, depending on how long this takes. We're almost at the 20-minute mark here. We have Rasmus Ristolainen. So Rasmus Ristolainen right here. He is his MVP card. This is the only card I have from him. He's requesting a trade, so I'm not sure where he's going to go. He's still playing on the team, but he's just requested a trade. After that here, we have Rue Franchischetti. Very interesting name, last name there. Hampered by a cracked foot, Lou was never able to get on track in 1990-1991 after beginning the year in Toronto. He was traded to Buffalo in December, extremely aggressive. Lou plays like almost no regard for his body. He was one of the Maple Leafs' best forwards in 1989-1990 when he posted career highs in goals, 21, assists, 15, and points, 36. Now after that here, we have Doug Bodger. So Doug Bodger here. And you look at the back here, it's a platinum performer once again. Bodger is a versatile defenseman who plays a steady game in his own zone and contributes to the attack and rushes his own strong point shot. A shoulder injury limited his playing time last season. After that here now, we have Robert Ray. So Robert Ray right there, part of a pro set. And here's his back. So Roberts set a Rochester Americans club record in 1989, 1988, 1989, and led the AHL 446 penalty minutes. He also had 115 penalty minutes in 17 AHL playoff games in 1989-1990. He was called up to the Buffalo Sabres early in the 1989-90 season, and in only 27 games, has 99 penalty minutes. Is eighth highest for a Sabres rookie. He scored a goal in his first NHL shot on October 21st, 1989 against Pittsburgh, and added an assist later in the game. After that, now we have Matt Moulson. So Matt Moulson here does have a little bit of writing on it. I don't know why. But anyways, here, Moulson capped a 42 victory over the visiting Columbus with a power play in the third period after assisting the two other goals earlier in October 12th, 2015. So there you go. That's Matt Moulson for you right there. After that, you have Pierre Turgeon. 2 cards for him. Here's his first one. And then, oops, I almost tried it. Then there's his premium second one. So Turgeon was the second Sabres all-time scorer last season, 32 goals, 47 assists for 79 points, and has passed the 30-goal mark for the third consecutive year. He is a fine one-on-one player, and he's proved it when he scores a penalty shot against Patty Raw last season. So anyone scoring a penalty shot goal against Patty Raw is pretty good. So that you have his next card, back of his stats right there. Pierre used his blazing speed and powerful shot to score the second highest point total in Sabres history in 1989-1990, leading the club in scoring for the second straight season. He finished seventh among league leaders. Pierre recorded his first 40-goal season of his career, which included 10 game winners. So that is Pierre Turgeon for you. We have 3 cards left in this final page for this first part of the Sabres Hockey Card Collection. You have Darren Shannon. So we'll start off with the prospect card for him, even though it's not really a prospect card. Darren, who's Pittsburgh's first pick in 1988, had the first day of professional play in 1989-1990. He scored 20 goals and 43 points in 50 games in Rochester in the AHL. He also contributed 9 points and a +6 rating in 17 games with Buffalo. Darren was drafted 5th overall by the Pittsburgh Penguins in 1988. He was dealt with the Sabres along with Doug Budger and Tom Barrasso in trade that year. So, there you go, Darren Shannon. Here's another Pro Set card. Let's see if I can get a good angle back there. In 1987-1988, Darren won the Ontario Hockey League Bobby Smith Trophy as the league's most scholastic player. In 1988, the Penguins took him in the first round draft choice 4th overall. Pittsburgh traded him to Buffalo on November 12, 1988. Darren, who was a +6 for the Sabres last season, scored only 43 points in 50 games for Rochester. He played 6 Sabre playoff games, getting 1 assist. After that, we have Ken Sutton. So Ken Sutton here, we don't have anything to read, so that's pretty good. Just basically a card that we could pass by. And then the final card for part 1, we went through 3 pages. After that, we only have 4 pages left. We have David Legwand. So here's the back of his stats right there. And now we read. The Sabres acquired Legwand along with goaltender Robin Leonard from Ottawa in exchange for a first-round pick. Excuse me. Sorry, talking a lot really makes me cough. Makes my throat dry. Just like it does for everyone. I might start crying because, I'm talking a lot. So, from Ottawa in exchange for a first-round draft pick in 2015 on June 26th, 2015. So that's the final card of part 1 of the Buffalo Sabres Hockey Card Collection. So thank you guys for watching. You guys enjoyed. Please drop a like, subscribe. I'm sorry about the interruptions with my friend. Before I start crying, please drop a like, subscribe. We're less than 10 subscribers away from the 115 subscriber goal by June 1st. We're about to obliterate that goal too by almost a month. So yeah, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.